Good afternoon, good morning, and good day. It's your boy, Big Buppo, and check out my new build. Alright, so I know you guys like Solaire. I know you guys like Dark Souls 1, jolly cooperation and all that. But here's my new take, here's my new character, here's my OC, my original character, original content. Do not steal. That's the joke. It's not original at all. It's a knockoff. It's a copy. It is Arborius. And yes, it is meant to sound like Artorius. And yes, Solaire, solar, Solaire. Kind of like the Latin root word for sun. And what's the Latin root word for tree, or trees, or tree-esque? Well, it's actually Arborius. Arborius, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm kind of making that up. That might not be entirely true, but I know it sounds like tree, and I know that the word Arborius is a real word that means tree-like or of trees. And yeah, this is the meme. He's got lightning spells, just like Solaire does. He praises the tree the same way Solaire praises the sun. Yeah, and if you saw the thumbnail, that's probably why you clicked on this video, was to see, yo, this guy kind of looks like Solaire. That's kind of funny. Well, that was the intent. In fact, even the shield I use, the Haligtree shield, has a tree crest, much like Solaire's shield had a sun with a face. Doesn't exactly look like the Erd tree, right? It is a Haligtree, just like the sun in Dark Souls didn't have a face necessarily. But it's the symbolism, it's the idea that counts, and that's kind of what I went with. Hence why he's wearing the Lanedale Royal Capital surcoat, because it's what looked like and reminded me the most of Solaire's equipment from Dark Souls. I'm also wearing the Elden Lord's bracers, because they kind of look like the iron bracelets of Solaire's armor. I mostly based it off the armor set of Dark Souls 3, honestly. Because that's the one that, looked the most like the ones in Elden Ring, I'd say. I mean, it's the exact same one as Dark Souls 1, but regardless, you get the idea. So I wanted the hands exposed, just like our boy Solaire. I wanted a armor with a bit more poise, hence why I went with the Knight's leggings. So those are the Knight's leggings, as opposed to using something like the Ronin leggings, which would have made more sense. Oh, and that was the biggest drawback of this build. They buffed kick. They buffed kick in 1.07, and now basic kicks, and people are catching on. Basic kicks will take out the Great Shield. Now, should I be relying that heavily on the Great Shield? Absolutely not. I got into a bad habit since the Torch build, because I found that holding shield with the Torch was pretty pog. But now that kick is a thing again, now that kick is exactly like it was in Dark Souls 3 PvP, it's scary. I can't just kick for free anymore. I can't fucks with it. So, I gotta do my best. Thankfully, L2s are still busted, especially with that, with the Ordovis Greatsword. Got a nasty buff in this patch, and I am absolutely loving it. Like, straight up, my new favorite weapon. My new favorite weapon in this entire game, and this is one of my favorite builds right now. It's not the most powerful build. I took a lot of L's making this video. You're going to see a lot of my W's, but I did actually take a lot of L's, a lot of which I didn't even keep in the video, because it was just like that last fight went. I would get kicked, then I'd get fucking criticaled, and then I'd be like, oh, I'm fucked. But, it is what it is. I have to stop relying on that shield and just go back to two-handing the Greatsword. Plus, two-handing this Greatsword does crazy damage. This Greatsword is so good on a strength build. Like, strength faith helps, but it's so good on a strength build. And even fully charging it, there's some merit for it. Like, if they start rolling around you and they see that thing spinning, they don't know when you're going to let go, and they're going to start panic rolling. And, I mean, the best option is to roll away, but, it is what it is. And yeah, so what inspired me to make this build, or what gave me the idea to make this build, funny enough, is just an idea that crossed my mind, because I had a few of my buddies, and even, actually I don't remember reading it in my comments, but I know that, like, my actual friends will, like, watch my stuff, and I mean IRL friends when I say actual friends, the homies on the internet are friends too, don't get me wrong. If you're in my Discord and we talk, you are my friend, don't worry. But my IRL friends were saying, like, yo, you should do Solaire. You should put Solaire in Elden Ring. And I'm like, that doesn't necessarily work. I could make a character who looks like Solaire, but, like, it's a different game. It's a different build. And it's a different idea. So what if I made someone like Solaire? What if I made someone who, grew up in the Lanedale royal capital, who wanted to join the Lanedale military force, and who truly believed in the Erd Tree. And growing up in Lanedale and experiencing, you know, the Dragon Wars or Dragon Invasions or whatever it was, and then the Dragon Alliance, and learning from the Dragon Cultists, he would naturally start knowing some lightning miracles, much like Solaire did in the Dark Souls series. So he has a true love for the Erd Tree. He has a true love for the Golden Order itself, but unfortunately, much like our boy Solaire, was a bit of a himbo. He didn't quite have the intelligence to master the Sacred Order, or the Sacred Order spells. So what came next? Well, it was his faith. And what did he lean on? It was his strength. So this absolute himbo, which I made him look like Solaire with his helmet off. You can Google that and see what Solaire looked like. Same thing, but I gave him a bit more of a beard and a ponytail. Unfortunately, no reveal. We might do a face reveal if this video, let's say if this video gets 10k views, we're gonna do an Arborius face reveal. All right, I'm gonna show you guys what Arborius looks like under the mask. But, no, all jokes aside, yeah, grew up in Lanedale, learned from the Dragon Cultists. A little too dumb to learn Sacred Orders, but as strong as an ox, this man. And then he heard of, you know, Miquella. He heard of Melania. And he heard that they were the children of Radagon. And, you know, being one of the easily influenced, having low intelligence, right? He would have absolutely been charmed by Miquella, and would have eventually served under Miquella's order of that Halig Tree, hence the Halig Tree shield. So this is someone who loves the Erd Tree, who just loves trees in general, who just loves trees, spiritual trees of power, and yeah, just wants to spread the goodness and positivity that the Elden Ring has to offer. And when the tree is gone, it's a sad day. You know, my man has collapsed. My man is sad, and he doesn't fight the same way. He fights a little more aggressive. He fights a little sadder, with a little less pep in his step, with a little bit of darkness in his heart, if you will. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, but yeah, that's kind of the idea. I kind of gave myself like a headcanon backstory for this character, obviously inspired by inspired by Dark Souls 1, inspired by Solaire. Because you can't really make Solaire in Elden Ring, not the way that he was, not the way that he is, but you can make something similar. You can make something inspired, and that's Arborius. And here's the other thing: who used a greatsword in Dark Souls 1? Who used a greatsword and had a loyal, wolf companion named Sif, right? Who also likes wolves? Radagon, right? So a servant of Radagon. Yeah, you guys get where I'm going? Artorius did. He used a greatsword. He used it one-handedly, which is what my character is doing. And Artorius, before breaking his arm while fighting Manus and losing himself to the Abyss and becoming the Abyss Walker, right? He had a great shield. He wielded a great shield and a great sword. And that was the idea for the actual setup of the fighting style and the playstyle. A heavier reliance on Great Shield and the use of the Great Sword. Hence Arborius, Artorius. And if I do a playthrough as Arborius, I would engage in jolly cooperation. But for now, we must simply engage in honorable dueling and good old-fashioned sparring. No harm, no foul. Only respect, and only, mercy for the opponent. Right? A respectful duel. A respectful duel with a kind individual. And that's the idea. That's the character. And, yeah, if I were to do a playthrough eventually with him, I might actually do a playthrough where we just help people out and we get all our levels through jolly cooperation. And call it, can you beat Elden Ring as Solaire, or can you beat Elden Ring as Arborius, right? Original idea, do not steal. Actually, you can. This, do whatever you want. If you guys like making YouTube videos as well, feel free to use this character. I want this character to spread across the Elden Ring lore and be beloved by all. I mean, he will never be, let me solo her. That man is a legend on his own. But that being said, I feel like that's what was missing in Elden Ring. We did get Alexander. I feel like Alexander, the Jar Warrior, is like Solaire's spiritual successor, but I wanted to do a bit more of a direct reference. But that's the truth, though. You know, every great thing, every great original idea has its cheap knockoff, and unfortunately, this is a cheap knockoff not only of Solaire but also of Arborius. You know, well, I say a cheap knockoff. Honestly, guys, you be the judge of that. If you've watched the video this far, feel free to leave a comment, either suggesting a new idea or a new character with a backstory and a lore, or let me know what you guys think of Arborius and whether or not he has his place in this world of Elden Ring, in the lands between. Whether or not he should be helping those in need or invading those that are deserving, right? The Gank Slayer himself. I mean, right now I'm only doing duels. I do feel like this build would actually have more merit in ganks. I use like the shield bash, you know, maybe a frost shield bash. Add a little bit of cold damage to it, maybe, you know. Also use the claymore for the front flip. The front flip attack could be interesting. But that's the thing I miss from Dark Souls 3. The end lag on parries was long enough where you could just run behind someone and backstab them, and that was perfect. Ooh, ooh, sheesh, my poor man, my poor dude, couldn't even land a hit. I have a feeling we fought before, and he decimated me the same way I decimated him. That didn't make it to the video, unfortunately, because we gotta upkeep the idea that I'm actually good at the game, which I'm very much not. I mean, thank you for those who did say in my past videos, like, oh man, you're pretty good. It's like, the truth is, I'm good enough. I'm good enough. I have fun with it. I have fun with it. I mess around with it, you know. But see, that I feel like it should have hit, and clearly I need to be spending more time practicing my dueling ability. But it is what it is. I mean, you know, it's fun making these cosplay builds. It's fun making these videos for you guys, and there's definitely more to come. Oh, if you guys haven't seen it already, highly recommend you guys also check out my Recusant Revelries series that I started. I was super excited for that. We're only 2 episodes in, and we're only releasing 1 episode a week, but Duelist Diaries, we're probably going to keep releasing 1 to 2 episodes a week. I'm going to keep it right now to 2 YouTube videos a week, so that's how the schedule is going to go, but generally, the idea here is just to keep it going, you know, on a regular schedule, and if we can make more, we'll make more, but for now, we gotta keep it the way it is. Also, this fight, Mamma Mia, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And all of a sudden, it's looking good, because this sword is cracked. I love this thing. And, yeah, that's what I was wanted to mention earlier. Ooh, sheesh, bro. That is a good setup. I love doing that. You can roll catch people with that, too. You trick them into it, right? You cast the first lightning bolt. Oh, this is the rematch. So, is it the rematch? I think it's the rematch. So, you cast the first lightning bolt, and then they'll usually start rolling from side to side. And if they start rolling to the side, you cast the other, like, lightning storm spell or whatever it's called. And normally you can roll catch because it has that delay. It works especially if you have higher dexterity. So if I use Radagon Source Seal, I might get more out of it, but it is what it is. So last fight, you know, I came in with the comeback, and it was pretty dope. It was pretty great. But now this guy's got my number this time, I think. Why did I put the rematch in? I don't even remember. I don't even remember exactly how this goes. But I have a feeling that if there's a rematch, there's a strong chance that either I beat him twice in a row, or he beat me. This is the thing when it comes to me editing and then doing the voiceover a few days later. I forget what the hell happened. But I try to keep the best, most entertaining fights for you guys, because that's the thing. At the end of the day, I'm trying to make the best quality content that I can. Because I'm super new to this. You know, I've made videos over the last 2 years, but I haven't been taking it seriously like I have been in the last literally 1 month. And in 1 month, I'm still shocked. I'm still surprised. Oh man, that was close. That was so close. Man, if I hadn't fumbled that that item switch, I could have probably gotten him with the fan daggers. But anyways, I'm still shocked and surprised that we are like at nearly 500 subs. It's insane. It's insane. And that's all thanks to you guys. That's yeah, I have no words. I'm still super speechless about it. Like, wow. So thanks again. Thanks again to everyone who watches the videos, who likes, who comments, especially those who sub, obviously. But you know, you don't have to do any of that, but it's all appreciated when you do. And yeah, this is my not Solaire build. It's Solaire, but not Solaire. Now there's stuff I could do. Like, I'm thinking of maybe revamping this build using the Golden Order sword and creating a version of him where he's not as much of a himbo. He has the ability to cast the Sacred Order spells and whatnot. Oh, this was the Twitch streamer that I fought. I really liked their playstyle. They were really good. I had to really like think on my toes, try to go for backstabs and shit against them. No idea how that didn't hit me. I feel like the hitbox when I hold shield just like makes it go in between. Ooh, that roll catch. Oh, if I landed that L2, that could have been it. The thrusting swords are tough. Thrusting swords are good. But yeah, you guys can scroll back and see who that Twitch streamer was. Go give them a follow. Go tell them Big Buppo says hi if you watch this. Because we got to spread the love, we got to spread the joy as we game on through. I have a terrible memory. I followed them super recently, and I already have forgotten their name. But oh, this guy. Okay, this fight was really funny. I summoned them because behind the mask is basically handsome Squidward, and that gave me a good giggle. So I figured, here we are. Here we are, giving praise to the Erd Tree. He has the gold mask on. 10 out of 10. 1000% appreciate. You know, he's going full gold mask and just staring at the Erd Tree. So I figure it's time for rapture. It's time for praise. And this could have been the thumbnail. Honestly, I almost made this the thumbnail because it was absolutely hilarious to me. Genuinely made me smile. I'm like, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. But is what it is. But yeah, so I'm thinking I might try this build again, revisit it with the Golden Order sword, and using the Golden Order, using the Golden Order. Oh my God, I can't speak. Using the Golden Order incantations. There we go, Buppo. You know, funny enough, English, kind of not really my first language. I learned 3 languages at the same time as a child, and it just had me completely messed up trying to remember all of them as I went along. So sometimes I will make sentences that will not make sense. You know, I'll be speaking completely normally, and then I'll use like French terminology in an English sentence, or I'll be using like, you know, the English structure in a French sentence, and people always look at me funny. Third language was Portuguese, but I don't speak that too well anymore. Mas eu ainda falo bocadinho ainda consigo falar português. You see what I mean? Like, you know, accent's a little off now. I used to speak it super fluently, but you know. And if you speak Portuguese, you know, leave a comment in the chat saying "Olá, Buppo, bom dia, como é que tu vais?" You know what I mean? And agora eu estou aprendendo espanhol también. So I'm also trying to learn Spanish for those of you who can speak it. My Spanish is garbage, though, stinky goo garbage, but it's fun to learn. It's fun to learn. I'm going off on tangents. You know, this is what I sounded like when I used to live stream, and that's something I want to get back to eventually. So maybe the day we hit 1K subs, we might start live stream again. I don't know if I'm going to keep live streaming on Twitch. The way things are going right now, I might just switch to YouTube and just live stream there. But yeah, also backstab fishing, not gonna lie, it's fun again. I try not to heavily rely on it, but it's fun. Oh, woo, GG, GG. Oh man, these fights, they were gritty, they were fun. The new update, 1.07, man, 10 out of 10 update. I'm loving this update. It's made everything so much more fun. And I really liked the Ordovis's greatsword. I just liked its design. I just liked the sword to begin with, but it was so bad originally compared to everything else. It was a good sword, but compared to everything else, it didn't have that same oomph. And now that everything's rebalanced, it's got that oomph. It's got that oomph. And its roll catch capability is pretty cool too. Like, as long as you roll twice, or if you have a light roll, then you can get away from it and you'll be fine. But if you're used to that, like, you know, hit, roll type of, like, dance, strong chance that you're going to get roll caught if you only do one roll. See how he did one roll there? He got roll caught. But this guy's good. This guy's good. And the reason I say that is because, I mean, he's got the thrusting swords going, but, like, his spacing's not bad. His spacing's not bad, but I remember how this fight goes, and you guys are going to see. This guy pulls something out of his ass that I was like, there's no fucking way. Yeah, now watch this. I think he's going to go for that hard swap any second now. I don't want to spoil it, but I was shocked when my mans did this. When my mans did this, I was like, there's no way. Okay, yeah, never mind. Okay, yeah, so he does this. I try to roll catch with that. He rolls just at the right time. If he would have rolled a little further, I would have been done for. Yeah, so never mind. Not the hard swap, I remember. But right here, he did the L2, and I'm like, no way. No way. No way. That was good. That was good. Don't get me wrong. That was sick. But I was like, there's no way. There's no way. What a fight. What a guy. Alright, this next fight right here. The final fight. The final battle. He gives me a bow, and I quit praying. And we give a bow back. And, yeah, I like this guy's build. He was called Test, so I'm assuming he's testing the death sorceries. I don't remember him casting that many, but he's using the Helfin Steeple, which is a sword that I love the design of. And I'm thinking of making a build around it. Probably something like a Death Knight build. That lag spike was very scary. I had no idea what was going on there. And I think I need a little bit more poise for this build if I'm going to be doing those Great Sword, Great Shield trades. So right here, we are not looking good. It is looking absolutely spooky. We got the low health. He's got the high health. How does Buppo turn it around? Well, first of all, we hit one of those. He likes his back steps. I like the fact that he actually uses the back steps and does really good spacing with them. So I got to give this guy that. I feel like not enough people use the backsteps. I mean, they do some really cool, like, backstab fishing with backsteps that I still want to learn. But, yeah, okay, this is spooky. So, like, one mistake and it's over. My man should have thrown fan daggers at me, but he didn't. And for some reason, I didn't die, so I thank the Erd Tree for that. Absolute thanks to the Erd Tree, because I had no business winning that fight. And that's why I wanted to keep it, because sometimes the Erd Tree blesses us. So here's the stats here on screen. Feel free to pause to take note if you guys want to make the build for yourselves. And here are the weapons, armors, and talismans that I used. Obviously super basic build, just, you know. And that's it, guys. Have a good night. Hope you enjoyed.
Subscribe to Big Buppo's YouTube. You must. Or tickle your toes. I will.